Hi there, welcome to the latest episode of my 10-minute moan. And the topic of this 10-minute moan is quite an outrageous situation where an illegal asylum seeker who is housed in a hotel has pled guilty to stabbing a man with a broken bottle after smashing it against a wall and driving it into his back several times, and has been given no custodial sentence. And because of that, he will not be getting deported even after his suspended sentence is up. And this is actually the second asylum seeker who is staying at this same hotel to have her sentence given in the last week. But the other one, he didn't turn up for his hearing. He was too busy eating fish and chips. And this is just a sort of great example of how some areas in the United Kingdom are getting really badly treated by the people in these asylum hotels, and it's having massive knock-on effects to their communities. So I'm going to use the Daily Mail for reference for this one, and their headline is Asylum Seeker Stabs Reveller. Moment the drunk terrorist, hotel migrant, stabbed man with a broken bottle at a nightclub, but he won't be deported. Some story this. A drunken Turkish migrant stabbed a man with a broken bottle will not face automatic deportation, despite being accused of being a terrorist in his home country. Halil Dal, 30, was caught in CCTV smashing a broken bottle against a wall outside the Camel nightclub in Bournemouth, Dorset, last December before attacking his victim. Kashif Chugtai suffered cuts on his back and was lucky his injuries were not catastrophic. Dal has been staying in the taxpayer-funded Britannia Hotel in Bournemouth since fleeing Turkey, where his lawyer said he faced persecution for his political views. His lawyer said Turkish police had accused him of being a member of a terrorist group, tortured him and forced him to become an informant. Video footage of the attack shows Dal removing a bottle from his pocket, smashing it against a wall, and then making a stabbing motion with it several times. Security staff then stepped in and restrained him on the floor until police arrived. He admitted assault, occasioning actual bodily harm, and was handed a 24-week prison sentence, suspended for 18 months, meaning he's not eligible for automatic deportation under government legislation. It comes just days after fellow asylum seeker Shaker Jamal, 24, who is living in the same hotel as Dal, missed his sentencing hearing for threatening a man with a snooker cue in public so he could eat fish and chips nearby. Unbelievable. David Finlay, prosecuting, told the court the assault happened outside the Camel Bar in Bournemouth at about 5:30am on December 14th last year. No explanation was given for the shocking attack, other than Dal was in drink at the time. I don't know what in drink means. Does that mean you're swimming in a big vat of whiskey? Describing the footage, Mr. Finlay said he walks past the victim, then turns around and walks back. He pulls a bottle from his pocket, smashes the bottle and makes a stabbing motion towards the victim. He smashes it again and makes a stabbing motion 2 more times. Door staff then become involved. Mr. Finney said the victim told police he'd been attacked but refused to provide an official statement. He said he suffered minor lacerations to his back. He had been provided with a statement from the victim. It's highly likely, been provided with a statement from the victim. It's highly likely the charge would have been more serious, but it was felt that this was the only charge we could prove. It is use of a highly dangerous weapon. A broken bottle is equivalent of a knife. I'll come back to that in a minute. He added the potential harm of the attack was catastrophic. Julia Osborne, defending, said her client had suffered trauma in Turkey due to his politics. Mr. Dal is in the UK seeking asylum, she said. He tells me he was involved in politics in Turkey. He was forced by police to become an informant. The police beat and tortured him in order to force him to do that. They raided his home and accused him of being a member of a terrorist group. His family helped him flee the UK. Upon Coming to the UK, he's felt hopeless, suffered immeasurably with his mental health. This is due to the trauma he suffered in Turkey, uncertainty about his asylum position here in the UK, and fear of what will happen to him should asylum be refused and he is returned to Turkey. She also said he'd been suffering badly with his mental health since arriving in the UK. He has sadly since coming to the UK made several attempts in his own life. This included jumping from a 4th floor of his asylum accommodation. This resulted in a fractured scapula on both his arms and a ruptured lung. He is now medicated for anxiety and depression. Since the incident, he has stopped drinking entirely and there has been no incident since. She added that Dal was extremely remorseful for his actions, adding, "He has told me he will never do anything like this again. He has never harmed anyone before." He is shocked and ashamed at his actions. This is a one-off incident. It is undoubtedly shocking, and Mr. Dal was lucky the victim was not more seriously harmed. Nicola Phillips, chair of the bench, said, "This is a serious incident which could have ended in tragedy. However, we only have the evidence of minor harm physically to the victim." They said although it crossed the custody threshold with Dal's mitigation, they were prepared to suspend the jail sentence. Dal was given a 24-week prison sentence, suspended for 18 months, and a 24-week tagged curfew between 7 p.m. and 7 a.m. The sentence means Dal does not meet the threshold for automatic deportation by the government. Under current law, foreign offenders who receive a prison sentence of 12 months or more can be deported automatically. Deportations only occur for sentence under a year in certain circumstances. For example, if it involves a persistent offender or they have caused serious harm. Last month, the government unveiled plans to immediately kick out rapists, drug dealers and burglars who received custodial sentences with a lifelong ban on returning. The magistrate said they would not order a victim surcharge or cost due to Dal's very limited means. Dal, speaking through an interpreter, said, "Thank you, I will follow the rules and obey the conditions." The Daily Mail has contacted the Home Office for comment. Honest to God. Now, this is something that's been a big issue for me, right, since probably before, but certainly ignited by Southport when we saw one of the most horrific crimes committed by a knife. Knife crime is a terrible, terrible thing in the United Kingdom just now. And this judge even suggests that having a broken bottle is as serious as a knife, yet failed to give a custodial sentence. And I believe that the only way we're going to eradicate or make a big difference to knife crime in the United Kingdom is with deterrence. Now, this is the second high-profile case we've seen in the last week where someone with a knife, or something described as dangerous as a knife, has failed to receive any custodial sentence. The last case was a man who attacked a man burning a Quran outside I think it was the Turkish embassy, oddly enough. Attacked him with a knife, threatened to kill him, went to court and was also given no custodial sentence. So what's happening here is we are giving folk who would happily go out in the street with a knife absolutely no reason not to. Surely one of the biggest things to combat knife crime would be stopping people considering it. And one of the best ways to do that would be with severe punishment if that is what you do. Now imagine a case where having a knife in the street illegally caused an automatic custodial sentence. Using it in certain manners gave you a higher custodial sentence, and using it for the worst cases of murder gave you an even higher custodial sentence. And again, I'm quite sure that would act as a deterrent to some people who currently think it's okay to walk about our streets with big blades, right? But then I am not either in Parliament nor connected to the judiciary in any way. So my common sense musings are actually irrelevant, because those who are in Parliament and those who are in charge of our judiciary obviously don't agree with this theory. So I would wonder what they actually do intend to do about combating the big serious issue we have right now of knife crime. That is a big problem for me. And it seems yet again that nobody in our establishment really care about tackling knife crime. I have noticed one big PR photo op with Idris Elba in 10 Downing Street, not long into Keir Starmer's tenure as Prime Minister. But other than a photo opportunity, I failed to see any evidence that this government take the problem of knife crime serious in any manner or any means. Now, this story is obviously still tied to the asylum issue, where this one hotel in Bournemouth has now seen 2 people through courts of law and getting sentenced in the space of a week. What is the true effect to our communities who are unfortunate enough to have loads of these hotels are probably in the majority, really are probably just men in them, fighting age men, single fighting age men. We do have people here who are family units or children or females, but they are in the vast minority. So these majority of hotels, I don't think we'll ever know the true scale of the problem, of the effects and the negative effects at that they are having on the communities unfortunate enough to be housing such people. We seldom hear any hotels that don't have some issues. And as Falkirk protests have shown us recently, there was 3 men in there currently going through court process for 2 crimes against children and 1 against a 31 or a 32-year-old adult male. The true picture will probably never be fully understood because lots of people don't want anybody talking about it. If you want others to see this video, hit a thumbs up, put your comments below and hit the share button. If you've not already done so, please consider subscribing to the channel. And if you think you are subscribed to the channel, please check that you're still subscribed to the channel, because I've had a lot of people mention to me that some miraculous reason they find they're no longer subscribed to the channel. And more important than all of that, unless you're the type of person that wants to come here, often telling lies to get here, and think it's okay to smash bottles and stab people in the back, then not you. But everyone else, have a great day. Cheery bye now.